All right, I'm quite literally coming to you from my kitchen counter because I have something I need to say and I don't feel like I've been clear enough in the way I'm articulating it. If you are somebody who has been considering selling, but either worried about there not being enough houses, inventory is low, prices are still going up, I want to maximize what I can get for the house, what else might someone say? Prices are so much, my mortgage payment is going to go up. Any of those factors pretty much have an opposite right now. So inventory is increasing. So on the buy side of if you got to live somewhere, you're having more options to choose from, which is great. On the sales side, inventory is still low, meaning you're able to maximize the dollar you get for your house and not be up against too much competition to push prices down at all. For anyone increasing in price, this is a good place to be. For anyone decreasing in price, meaning they're selling a more expensive house to buy a cheaper house, or downsizing as we might call it, this is the perfect time to be doing it because you're going to be able to sell for top dollar here and then still have inventory and options to choose from on your lower price point. So coming for you guys. So when it comes to the inventory conversation, that's one thing. When it comes to the price point, right? Prices have risen so much. My mortgage payment is going to be a lot more. You have to talk to a lender. So we have a client right now that's going to move from a house that she bought at, let me dust the cobwebs off, should have thought of this before this, selling her house she bought for 200, I'm 98% positive it's about 200. We're going to be selling it for about 330. And then the house she's buying is 400, right? So is that she's about to double her mortgage on the house. Now here's the cool thing and here's why it works. One, she gets to take that equity of her house and upgrade it into everything she wants. So she might not put a lot in her pocket, which is her choice. She could, but she can just put it straight into the new house, which helps keep the payment low. And two, for most people, unless you've refied your house in the last year and a half, your interest rate is higher then than it would be now. Even though that might be 0.5%, a full percent, heaven help you if it's 2%, which is frankly possible. Those mean huge numbers when it comes to a mortgage payment. The short version of the story I'm telling you right now is that because interest rates are so low, affordability is second to none. I think the only time it's been cheaper in the last 20 years to own a house is in 2009 when, let's face it, houses were basically free, but nobody could afford them because everybody had been totally rocked by the recession. That's the mortgage question. So I can't afford a new house. I can't afford a more expensive house. Maybe you don't want to get into a house that you can't afford, but also maybe not because people are buying much more expensive houses and keeping pretty similar mortgage payments. And I said a third thing, but I can't remember what it was of why people wouldn't want to move right now. Oh, how am I going to? I might be homeless or whatever the case is. I've done plenty of videos on this before, but we have so many options. 5 main options to help someone make the transition from where they're currently at to where they're going. And that's what we want to review in a listing appointment if someone's even considering a sale. Now, when I call it a listing appointment, that's industry speak. What we call it is a selling consultation. Because realistically, when you meet with an agent, it shouldn't be to list your house. It should be talking about if selling is the right option. Now, people who've worked with me before know that there's many cases where I try to talk them out of selling. It could be a perfect property to convert into a rental, or maybe there's a different scenario where they can make the transition without having to sell right away. And so there's lots of options out there, and selling isn't always the best fit. Your agent, me in this case, should be walking you through what your options are so you can really understand them. And then that's when you're supposed to decide if now is even the right time. It shouldn't be before someone comes out to your house. So a couple quick tips if you really are thinking about selling. Number one, don't do anything to your house. I've met with a lot of people this year who've called me out after they've made a bunch of improvements that because this market was so hot and fast paced, they didn't get that money back. They were going to make that money no matter what. So don't change anything to your house. 2, start packing. You're going to be moving anyway, so you may as well start thinning things out. 3, talk to a lender. If you have to buy another house, right? So you're not selling a rental property or something. If you were moving into a new house, before you meet with an agent to talk about what selling your house could look like, you want to talk to a lender about what buying a house could look like, because a lot of the options that you'll review with your lender on how you're going to buy it will affect how and at what order of events you sell your house. So I hope that's a pretty good summation on this market and how to take advantage of it. And of course, if there's any questions at all, I'm here to answer all of them, but I will not let this go beyond the time where I look back and I say, I should have told people that this is when they should start thinking about it, because this is when you should start thinking about it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.